Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage and welcome back to Community Fridays. This week we have a Marvel deck posted by Desmond in the Base Damage Discord. He's always cooking up some really fun Marvel stuff. He sent me several decks before already that have been showcased on the channel, as well as there was another one I think Cowboy posted that got shared on the channel. I think it was like the Guardians of the Galaxy one. I think that was Cowboy. So I'm going to go with that one. But Desmond's always talking about some of the really just amazing cards that Marvel has. And hell, I've never even seen this card. The fact that they actually have like the official artwork up here, that's kind of sick. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't care for this set, but that art looks sick. I like watching the Avengers movies. Anyway. So today we have 8-Door Iron Man. And always, I have to question, Desmond, has he lost his mind? Can he see or is he blind? Black Sabbath. Note drop there. All right, let's hop right into this. We have a 3/2/9K Dauntless Hero Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel will be looking a little bit different from what I recall. If you have 4 or more Marvel characters, this gets minus a level in hand. Very simple. And when this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock. So early place, clock to stock healers. Very nice. And when you use an act, she gets a buff equal to 500 times the number of your Marvel characters. This can kick on your opponent's turn if you use a backup, because backups are considered acts. And if you don't believe me, look at Spider-Man. It says act right there. Some people don't know that. Anyway, can get a buff. 2 copies of that. 1 copy of Most Vicious and Evil Last Boss Thanos. He ends it in a snap. 3/2/10K. When this is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay 1. If you do, your opponent puts all of their stock into their waiting room and puts the same number of cards from the top of their deck into their stock. Okay, so Thanos is the stock swap. That fits way too fucking perfect. Anyway. When this attacks, pay 3, pitch 2. If you do, burn 4. It's a stock swap and it's an off finisher. Okay, Thanos. Chill, buddy. We need you to take a chill pill. Well, okay, this time I have to say it, and I'm not quoting Black Sabbath, but I am Iron Man. Iron Man. 3/2/10K. Placed on stage from hand, put the top card of your clock into the waiting room. At the end of this card's attack, if Final and Biggest Battle is in your climax area and you have another Marvel character, choose one of the following effects and perform it. Either deal 1 damage, or discard 2 cards. And if you do, deal 3 damage. So you either burn 1 for free or pitch an additional 2. Or I say additional. There's no stock cost. It's just, or pitch 2 to burn for 3. Making certain I'm not like, no, I'm reading that correctly. Okay, so it's either burn 1 or burn 3, depending on whether you want to pay a cost or not. So very nice. Very interesting. Because I do like that either gives pushing power or closing power. Like, I need to hit for precise numbers. Cool, I can pay. I don't have to pay a cost. Very nice. 2 copies of Age of Ultron Avengers. It says N, so this is from a premium booster. Or no, I think most of Marvel is premium booster, right? Am I misremembering that? That's promo. I don't know. That says N, so I'm assuming all of it is. So, 3/2/10K. If your waiting room has 2 or less climaxes, this gets minus a level in hand. Place on stage from hand, draw 2, pitch 2, and then put 1 card from the top of your deck to stock. Okay. On attack, if you have 2 or more other Marvel, this gets 2k power till end of turn, so it gets a little bit bigger. Nice. 1 copy of the Memory Kick Spider-Man promo. It's a 3k backup with gives the Memory Kick ability. I think this is the only one in Marvel that does that, and the fact that it's on a promo is just kind of wild. 2 copies of Beautiful Agent Black Widow. Is that 2/15K? All of your other Superhuman Hulk get an ability. We don't run that, so I'm skipping that. So what do you use her for? Okay, so you have Assist. All of your level 3 or higher characters in front of this get 2k power. So, okay, that's interesting then. So that means obviously all of your finishers and stuff like that are going to be way bigger. And she has an act of rest this card, choose a Marvel character, and that gets 500 power. And until end of turn, when this battle opponent becomes reversed, look at the top card of your deck, put it on top of your deck or into your waiting room. I don't think that matters for any of this. Yeah, for none of your finishers, that doesn't really matter. Anyone can see, nothing really matters to me. I'm making too many music references this video. Does that matter for you? You don't have to, it doesn't matter what you do with your reverse. Okay, cool. Anyway. Moving on to Captain America, 2165. When this is placed on stage from hand, pay 1, pitch 1. If you do, return all cards from your waiting room to the deck. On attack, if the character facing this is level 3 or higher, this gains 6k, so level 3 Slayer, so becoming a 12/5. When this is put into the waiting room, you may choose one of your characters with Falcon in its card name without a marker. Put this card face down underneath that character as a marker. Ah, that's funny. Okay, so is there any, okay, I see Falcon here. Do you have to have a marker? Okay, he doesn't have a marker. It's just flavor. He has no effects that require it. That's just flavor, and I love that. That's so cool. 103k, Affluent Hero Iron Man. If all of your characters are Marvel, this gets the following abilities. So during your turn, he gains 3k. So he's very weak defensively, but he becomes like a 7k with his own buff and the climax. And he gets the ability, when your other Marvel character is frontal attacked, pay 1, put this into your memory. And if you do, return that character to your hand. What is with all the flavor? Oh, that hurts my soul. Oh, God. Okay. When this attacks, if flying at the speed of sound, Iron Man is in your climax area, you have 2 or more other Marvel characters. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 card amongst them, put it into your hand, put the rest in your waiting room. I'm so glad I wasn't about to finish reading that, and it's like, oh, your opponent gets to pick one of the 3 cards. I was actually probably gonna rage quit the video if I saw that shit. God. I was like, this is so cool, so much flavor, and shitty effect. Anyway, no. Good effect for this one. My brain tried to auto complete stuff and was like, oh, is it gonna say it? Is it gonna say it? I was inching closer to that breaking point. Then we have 1 copy of Ghost Spider. So 103k. When a climax with a salvage trigger is placed in your climax area, choose a Marvel character, give it +1 soul. When your other Marvel characters in battle become reversed, choose one of your other Marvel characters and it gets 1,000 power till end of turn. So 1 dies, you give an extra buff somewhere. Honestly, that could matter and actually turn it in your favor. And an act. Pay 1, rest this. Choose a Marvel character, it gets the following ability. When the battle opponent becomes reversed, you can salvage back a character. That's actually not horrible, because you could give that to like an Iron Man or something. So, interesting. Okay, cool. 1 copy of Scarlet Witch, 1045. Placed on stage from hand, discard a card, choose one of your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. Oh, it forces them to level down. Your opponent chooses a level X or lower character in the waiting room, exchanges them, X is equal to the level of the character you chose -1. Very interesting. On just a level 1 for that's kind of interesting. I don't really see it there that much. Okay, so level 3, the smallest and strongest hero, Ant-Man. 104k. During your turn, if you have another Marvel character, this card gets 1,000 power and the following ability. On attack, if it's attacking a level 2, this gets 6k. So it becomes an 11. So that's funny how he's a level 2 Slayer. It's, once again, very flavorful. I like that. At the beginning of your attack phase, you may -35 power to this card until the end of your opponent's next turn. If you do, this card gets +1 soul and the following ability until the end of your opponent's next turn. When this card becomes reversed, if the battle opponent is cost 0 or lower, you may put that character at the bottom of the opponent's deck. So he switches from a level 2 Slayer or he can become a 0 cost or a cost 0 bottom deck reverser. A lot of utility. You can swap forms, quote unquote, depending on what you need him to do. That's really cool. Once again, really good flavor on that Marvel. I like that. 2 copies of Peculiar Empath Mantis. We have 00500. Beginning of your climax phase, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Rest this. Choose one of your characters. That character gets 1,000 power and the following ability till end of turn. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may put that character into your opponent's stock. If you do, put the bottom card of your opponent's stock into their waiting room. So more removal. Very nice. I do remember that card vaguely from the one that Cowboy sent me that was like this one with the Guardians of the Galaxy. My brain kept going Avengers of the Galaxy, and I'm like, that's not right. I do remember this one too. 002k, born on Earth and raised in space. Star-Lord is up to 2 times per turn when your other Marvel character is placed on stage. He gets a buff, so he can become a 4k max. When the battle opponent becomes reversed, choose one of your other Marvel characters, rest it, move it to an open position of your backstage. So he's also the clean cut of the deck. 3 copies of King of Wakanda Forever, Black Panther, 0015. If all of your characters are Marvel, this gains 15, so it'd be a 3k. And when the battle opponent becomes reversed, choose a Marvel character waiting room, add it to your hand, and discard a card. So being able to go ahead and get back what you need and then like filtering, really good. During this card's battle, when the damage you received is not canceled, this gets 1500 power until end of turn. So it only really matters at level 0, but I mean, it's the fact that he could possibly bump himself up to a 45 on the opponent's turn if the damage he receives is not canceled. Very interesting. Where are we at? We're here. Next Trial, Iron Man and War Machine. The fact that they have like official artwork up here, not just like, and don't get me wrong, I do like this artwork. It's really cool. But the fact that they have like official artwork from like the movies and stuff is kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. 0015, I already said the name. Placed on stage from hand, you may choose a card in your hand, put it into your stock. And on attack, you can pay 1 to twin drive. Okay, interesting. 3 copies of World's Greatest Agent Black Widow, 00500. If your level is 2 or higher, oh, it's an act. Pay 1, rest. Put this standing card into your memory. Okay. Look it up to 3, choose a card amongst them, add it to your hand. So that is, you can do one or the other. Because if you put it into memory, you clearly can't do the brainstorm effect, which is pay 1, rest this, mill 4. For each climax, you get to salvage back a character. I'm trying to suppress a yawn as well. 2 copies of Nation's Ultimate Weapon Captain America. Like I said, this art's really cool, but it's just the fact of, like, that's just sick right there. I'm sorry. Anyway, sorry. Let's see. 0015, placed on stage from hand, gets 15 till end of turn. When this is put into your waiting room from the stage, you can discard a card to look up to 4, add a level 1 or higher card amongst them to your hand. Very good. I like the profile. 1 copy of Hawkeye is a 0015. Placed on stage from your hand reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Marvel character, choose one of your characters that gets 2k power till end of turn. You can give that to something else, which is really nice. Then it has an act. Oh, the typical, this is a good effect. Act of discard a card, sack this to salvage back a Marvel character from waiting room. So you could use this to grab back like the Iron Mans, the level 1s, whatever. Really cool. Oh, no, he has 2 copies of it. Just one of them was the Marvel rare. Okay, so 2 copies of the Hawkeye instead. Hold on. Let me make certain. Okay, that is the same card. I was like, wait. I thought it was the same thing. I had to read the effect. So, I did RTFC, kids. We have 0015 Sidekick Falcon. Placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, put the top card of your deck into clock, search your deck for a cost 0 or lower Marvel character, and put it on the left position of your center stage. Specifically, the left position of your center stage. It's just funny. It doesn't need to be there. But it's whatever. It also specifically only summons stuff that is equal to or lower than your level. So that's another weird stipulation. Just make it a Ricky. I don't know. It's also the climax swapper. On play, pay 1, put your climax to salvage back a climax. And then lastly, 2 copies of, I'm going to say the thing, Avengers Assemble. Why is there a period at the end of that? I feel like there should be like either nothing or an exclamation point. I don't know. It's a level 3 cost event. And oh my god, this is so fucking blurry. If you do not have a character with Captain America in its card name, this cannot be played from your hand. So, so you have to have this one? Hold on. Am I reading this right? You do have to have a Captain America to be able to play this. So, what's the play here? Because your only Captain Americas are this. So would you just use this? You would just have that on the field, I guess? I don't know. Search your deck for 2 Marvel characters. Reveal them to your opponent. Put them in your hand. Choose up to 2 Marvel characters with a level equal to or lower than your level in your hand. Put them on the separate positions of your stage and shuffle your deck. Okay, so then you could just like summon over top of it. Interesting. Okay. I see a little bit of the synergy, and you do have the second Captain America right here. So you do have 2. So then 4 copies of Flying at the Speed of Sound Iron Man for the first 1k1 salvage for the level 1 combo, and 4 copies of Final and Biggest Battle for the level 3. And once again, artwork is phenomenal on that one. That is going to be it for us today. So big thank you once again to Desmond for sharing this in the Base Damage Discord. If you want to share your own deck profiles that may possibly, show up on a Community Fridays, it would be really cool. You can feel free to join the Discord. We have 2 different channels in there. There's a decklist submissions channel and a Community Fridays channel. Feel free to post it in either. If I like the decks from either, I'll pull from either to post for Community Fridays. Just sometimes people don't want to post specifically for Community Fridays, so it's whatever. But that is going to be it for us today. And yeah, please do all the YouTuber shenanigans, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And remember to stay based.